Defiance at sea. Philippine Navy leads a formidable line of Allied warships near the contested waters of Bajo de Masinloc. As these ships cut through the waves, China's response is swift and unyielding, setting the stage for a confrontation that reverberates far beyond the region. The date is February 13, 2026. It's a day that will be etched into the annals of maritime history, a day when the world's attention is drawn to the churning waters of the West Philippine Sea. The West Philippine Sea churns with tension and anticipation as Philippine warships, joined by the United States, Japan, and Australia, sail in tight, disciplined formation. Their hulls gleam under the sun, a show of strength and solidarity in these disputed waters. Their mission, officially, joint military exercises. But with the proximity to Bajo de Masinloc, a flashpoint in the ongoing territorial dispute, these maneuvers are anything but routine. Every move is watched. Every decision carries weight. Overhead, the thunder of fighter jets fills the air, launched from the deck of an American carrier. Their presence is a stark reminder of the seriousness of the moment, a signal that the stakes have never been higher. This is more than a show of force, it's a message to the world, unity in the face of intimidation, a declaration that these nations stand together against coercion. The world watches with bated breath as these steel giants carve their path through contested waters, their silhouettes stark against the horizon at dawn and dusk. On the horizon, massive China Coast Guard vessels loom, shadowing the Allied fleet with unwavering persistence. Their imposing presence is impossible to ignore. The Chinese ships make their intentions clear, a bold assertion of China's claim over these waters. The sea becomes a stage for high-stakes brinkmanship, where every maneuver is scrutinized. A tense ballet unfolds on the waves. Filipino and Allied ships execute precise maneuvers, while Chinese vessels mirror their every move, each side testing the other's resolve in a silent contest of nerves. The serene beauty of the sea belies the gravity of the standoff. Beneath the calm surface, tension simmers, threatening to boil over at any moment. Filipino sailors stand at their posts, feeling the weight of history and hope upon their shoulders. They are guardians of sovereignty, symbols of national resolve, and the pride of their people. For these men and women, this is more than a drill. It's a stand for their people's future, a moment that could define a generation. Every maneuver, every signal is a statement. The Philippines will not yield. Their resolve is tested, but their determination is unwavering. The presence of powerful allies transforms what might have been a regional dispute into a matter of global concern. The eyes of the world are fixed on these waters, knowing that the outcome here could shape the future of international order. The tension is palpable, thick as the humid sea air. Here, lines are drawn, not in sand, but in the ever-shifting waves, where a single miscalculation could spark a wider conflict. The stakes are high, and the world holds its breath. In newsrooms and living rooms across the globe, people watch, waiting for the next move. The Filipino flag flies defiantly from the mast, a beacon of resistance and hope. It flutters in the sea breeze, a symbol of a nation's courage. For generations, the sea has been a source of livelihood for Filipino fishermen. Now, it is a front line in a struggle for identity, rights, and the promise of a secure future for their families. The confrontation is silent, but its implications echo far beyond the horizon. In these contested waters, the fate of nations and the balance of power are being tested, one wave at a time. The scene is cinematic, a united front of warships, their hulls slicing through the waves in perfect formation. The ocean stretches endlessly, but here, order and purpose reign. At the forefront, the BRP Antonio Luna leads the charge, flanked closely by the USS John Finn, JS Akabono, and HMAS Sydney. Together, these vessels represent not just military might, but the collective resolve of their nations. Years of alliance, trust, and shared purpose are on display, as crews from 4 nations operate seamlessly as one. Sailors exchange nods and commands, their teamwork forged through countless joint exercises and mutual respect. Complex maneuvers unfold, anti-air and anti-submarine drills, synchronized turns, and rapid responses to simulated threats. Their seamless communication and coordination showcase a level of readiness that can only come from true partnership. Opposing them, the China Coast Guard deploys massive cutters, flanked by swarms of maritime militia. These vessels blur the line between civilian and military, creating a force that is as ambiguous as it is formidable. The area becomes a gray zone, a place where intimidation and brinkmanship replace open conflict. Here, Every maneuver is a message, every approach, a test of resolve. Radio chatter crackles through the air, assertions of international rights are met with firm Chinese warnings. Each transmission is a reminder of the high stakes and the ever-present tension. Every move is calculated, every response measured with precision. Officers monitor radar screens, weighing each decision with the knowledge that the world is watching. The risk of miscalculation is ever present. A single mistake could spark a crisis that spirals beyond control. Tension is etched on every face, every hand poised over controls. The stakes are global, the tension unrelenting. Newsrooms around the world track every development, aware that the balance of power in the Asia-Pacific hangs in the balance. This is not just a show of force, it's a rehearsal for a future no one wants to see. Each drill is a reminder of the fragile peace that must be maintained. The world's eyes are fixed on this gathering of giants, watching, waiting, and hoping that diplomacy will prevail over confrontation. The balance of peace hangs by a thread as the sun sets over uncertain waters and the world holds its breath. These expanded Balikatan drills serve two purposes: readiness and deterrence. Allied forces practice seamless coordination, building muscle memory for crisis response. Their unity sends a clear message: aggression will be met with strength. The goal is to prevent conflict by raising the cost of provocation. Yet, proximity breeds risk. A single error could escalate into disaster. Professionalism and discipline are vital to avoid unintended conflict. For the Philippines, these exercises boost morale and modernize their forces. Training with advanced navies elevates skills and confidence. Filipino sailors are not just defending territory, they're defending the international order. The drills are a symbol of empowerment and resolve. Every maneuver strengthens their commitment to sovereignty. The purpose of power here is clear: peace through strength, unity, and vigilance. Bajo de Masinloc is more than a disputed shoal. It's a lifeline for Filipinos. For generations, its lagoon has fed families and anchored coastal communities. The shoal is woven into local history, culture, and identity. When China seized control in 2012, it was a national wound, an affront to dignity and livelihood. Atenito, this is ours, became a rallying cry. The loss devastated fishermen, forcing them into debt and hardship. The fight is about more than pride, it's about economic justice and survival. The Navy's presence near the shoal is a beacon of hope for those left behind. For many, regaining access means restoring both heritage and future. The struggle for Bajo de Masinloc is a test of national character. At its core, this is a legal battle, law versus historic claim. The Philippines cites UNCLOS in a 2016 arbitral ruling, which invalidated China's 9-dash line and affirmed Filipino rights. China rejects the ruling, insisting on historic rights based on ancient maps. This impasse pits a rules-based order against power-based assertion. The Philippines and its allies demand respect for international law. China maintains its presence, enforcing control by force. The clash of legal principle and raw power defines the conflict. The world watches, knowing the outcome will set a precedent for global order. For Filipino fishermen, the conflict is painfully real. Once, Bajo de Masinloc meant abundance and security. Now it's off-limits, guarded by Chinese ships. Aggressive tactics, water cannons, confiscations have driven them away. Livelihoods have been shattered, hope diminished. Military drills at sea offer a glimmer of hope, a sign that their plight is not forgotten. The Navy's presence is a promise. The nation stands with its people. For sailors, defending the shoal means defending families and futures. The struggle is about more than territory, it's about dignity and survival. Every patrol is a stand for justice. The human cost gives the conflict its moral force. The hope for return endures, fueled by courage and resolve. The West Philippine Sea is a vital artery of global trade. Its waters serve as a lifeline for countless nations, connecting economies and people across continents. In fact, 1/3 of all global shipping passes through these strategic waters, making it one of the busiest and most important maritime corridors on the planet. Any conflict here would send shockwaves through the world economy, disrupting supply chains, raising prices, and threatening the livelihoods of millions. That's why distant nations, from the United States to Europe and beyond, send their ships to assert freedom of navigation, demonstrating their commitment to keeping these sea lanes open for all. These actions also reinforce the Philippines' legal position, supporting its rights under international law and affirming its sovereignty in the face of mounting challenges. The ongoing standoff is more than a regional dispute. It's a test of the international rules-based order that has maintained peace for decades. China's defiance, through its growing military presence and assertive actions, challenges the fundamental principle that law, not might, should govern the seas and resolve disputes. The world's response, through diplomacy, dialogue, and collective action, will shape not only the future of this region, but also the stability of the entire global system. Support for the Philippines is about more than alliance or shared interests. It's about defending a system that underpins peace, prosperity, and the rule of law for all nations. The struggle near Bajo de Masinloc is a microcosm of a much larger contest, one that pits rules and cooperation against power and coercion, with ordinary people caught in the middle. The outcome of this struggle will echo far beyond Asia, influencing how nations everywhere resolve disputes and uphold international norms. The stakes are nothing less than the future of the global order, a future that will be shaped by the choices made at this critical crossroads. The Philippines now fights back with assertive transparency. Journalists and cameras document every act of Chinese aggression, broadcasting it to the world. This strategy exposes coercion, builds international support, and pressures Beijing diplomatically. Transparency strengthens alliances. Evidence justifies increased cooperation from the US, Japan, and Australia. Joint drills are both a response and a warning. The new approach combines information warfare with military deterrence. Gone is quiet diplomacy. Manila now controls the narrative. The Coast Guard and Navy are empowered, defending both territory and truth. This playbook inspires other small nations facing similar threats. In the battle for the West Philippine Sea, information is as powerful as any warship. Warships may deter, but peace is the true goal. The standoff is fraught with risk. A single misstep could spark disaster. Real security lies in diplomacy, dialogue, and respect for law. Crisis management and open communication are essential to prevent escalation. Professionalism at sea must prevail over provocation. A lasting solution requires China to respect the arbitral ruling and seek compromise. Joint management and creative diplomacy could pave the way for peace. The region's future hangs in the balance, conflict or cooperation. Filipino sailors buy time for diplomacy. Leaders must not waste it. The call for peace must be as strong as any show of force.